And what's good, everybody? Welcome back. Glad to have you guys in the stream here. I'm behind here at basketball once again. Providence Friars in action here tonight. Seeing if they're going to move on to the Sweet 16. Providence, the 4 seed, taking on the number 12 seed, the Richmond Spiders. And the great matchup is we're going to tip off in about 5 minutes from now. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit that thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. And appreciate everybody for joining in once again here. Richmond, the A10 champions, 24-12 record this season. They get the most experienced team in all college basketball, 9 seniors, 3 juniors. Multiple seniors or super seniors, super seniors on their team for the Richmond Spiders. And they are led by their point guard, Jacob Gilliard, 24 points, 50-year senior. Number 1 in all college basketball, is averaging 3 steals per game. Providence, gritty, physical. And it was through their defense for Ed Coley's squad they got themselves the victory over South Dakota State, 66-57 in the first round. This team looks to roll the glass, second chance points type of team, and made up of a bunch of transfers as well for the PC Friars. And if Providence pulls this one out tonight, they'll be moving on to the Sweet 16 in Friartown for sure. Going to be rocking tonight at College Hill and on Federal Hill for this one. What's good, everybody? Fahad behind the York fan. Ian, John, Vegas, what's good? Welcome, everybody, back on the channel for a great matchup today. I'll update you guys on Michigan against Tennessee as that game's going on throughout. And also St. Mary's UCLA tipping off in a little bit as well, about an hour from now, as we'll have tip-off in around 5 minutes going down here. Quick update. UNC, big victory in overtime over Baylor. Knocked off the 1 seed 93-86. And then Kansas, winning over Creighton 79-72 a couple moments ago. Remy Martin, huge impact, 20 points off the bench to transfer from Arizona State. And this tournament, it's been all about transfers. What this tournament has been about. Providence is full of them. Got 2 big transfers in the offseason. Al Durham came over from Indiana, Justin Minaya from South Carolina, and they also got transfers working their way into this in their second year in the program. Noah Horkler from North Florida, Jared Bynum from St. Joseph's, Ed Croswell from LaSalle. So just packed with transfers in this Providence team. And for Richmond, this is just an experienced team for the Spiders. The most experienced team in all college basketball. 9 seniors, 3 juniors. This team was ranked back in the top 25 in November of 2020. They beat Kentucky, and they started out the season 4-0, the 2020-21 season. And when they beat Kentucky, it was that team that was just dreadful last year. With Kentucky, with B.J. Boston, Olivier Sarr. They knocked them off, and Richmond moved on to the top 25 for 2 weeks. And they played West Virginia close last year, which West Virginia had Oscar Tshiebwe in the team before he transferred, and also Derek Culver, Miles McBride. That was a 3 seed last year in the tournament. Cyclone, welcome in. Bradley in the stream, welcome in. Yep, you were spot on there behind the York fan. So Baylor wasn't able to take down North Carolina today. ACC looking great right now in the tournament. So first victim in the Big 12 fell down today. That was Baylor. Everybody else has won, though, in the Big 12 so far. Lorenzo, welcome back in. Make sure to vote in that poll if you haven't already done so. We're going to tip off in a couple moments from now. Michigan up over Tennessee. That score there is 12-8 with around 15 minutes left to go in the first. Providence, 3.5-point favorites on the line. Over/under set at 134.5. And Richmond is 2-0 against teams from the Ocean State this season here. But they have beaten URI 2-0. And Richmond needed to come back against URI to be able to even be in this tournament. They were down by double digits first game of the A10 tournament for Richmond, came back and beat URI. And then now going to take on Providence here, and Providence beat URI by 14. So a much steeper task this season because Providence is packed with seniors themselves on the roster. It's a difference between the weight class going up against each other tonight between the A10 and the Big East in this matchup here. For Providence, they're going to love to see if they can get back to the free throw line. Their defense really kept them in that game and won them the game against South Dakota State. Held the Jackrabbits season low, 57 points. They were averaging 87 points per game entering that matchup. And the threes just weren't dropping for South Dakota State. And for Providence, going to see if they can look to get to the charity stripe tonight. Victoria, welcome in. Glad to have you in the stream. Lorenzo, welcome back in, man. Yes, I think they can keep it close with Kansas, considering how I saw Kansas play today. Kansas was not at all playing their best today. That was by far from their best by Kansas. And they played a Creighton team that was without their center and without their point guard. So Creighton had two key players, starters, that were injured. Ryan Nemhard and Ryan Kalkbrenner. And Creighton played 39 solid minutes of basketball, hanging in there right for Kansas. So I think Providence can do right the same, especially if Kansas played like they did today, because they got themselves in a lot of foul trouble. If Providence wins this and they can put David McCormack in foul trouble, then they do have a chance, especially if Jalen Wilson starts to commit bad fouls too, because he was committing some bad fouls today. He got pulled out of the game, I think, with like 6 minutes left to go for Jalen Wilson. But today here, Providence, I think you got to look to go after Grant Golden. That's the front court. Could be the difference maker in this matchup. Grant Golden, 6'10" for Richmond. And then after that, in the front court, they don't have much size after that. Tyler Burden, Nathan Kao, both 6'7" in the front court. This is going to be an interesting matchup. Two of the smaller point guards in America. Jacob Gilliard, leading the nation in steals, 5'9", 50-year senior from Kansas City, Missouri for Richmond, going up against Jared Bynum, who comes off the bench, the point guard for Providence, which is 5'10". Great matchup there to watch out for. But I think Nate Watson here is due for a big game. Watson was silent throughout that game against South Dakota State. I think Big Nate is going to have a big game down inside the low post today, putting this one away from my prediction for the Friars. It's going to be a close game, though. Providence plays a lot of games close. This Richmond team just upset Iowa on Thursday, the first upset of the bracket. And there's all attention about Jacob Gilliard of the Spiders. Number 0, 24.6 rebounds, 6 assists, the top leader in steals in the nation for Richmond. Providence built up of seniors inside their starting lineup. Nate Watson, Al Durham, Noah Horkler, Justin Minaya. All four of those guys are grad students, and AJ Reeves, also a senior. Johnny, welcome in. So we're going to tip off in just a couple moments. Big time shot that Jared Bynum had in the final minute to basically seal the game for Providence in the opening game against South Dakota State. Different type of team that they're going to be playing today. They won't have to worry that much about the Richmond sharpshooting in this matchup here, as Providence was focused on defending the perimeter in the last game. And what I've seen from these tournament games is that whoever the perimeter teams are, that those teams that got bounced out early against like more physical type of teams so far. Yeah, thanks so much, Lorenzo. Appreciate it, man. Michigan up over Tennessee 17-16 with 10:20 left to go in the first. What's good? JP Fresh in the stream. Welcome in. Best of luck there tonight. After this one, I'll be covering Arkansas against New Mexico State. Feel free to join in for that stream. I'll probably go back in my room for that stream after this one tonight. We get the Celtics jerseys representing this one today for representing up in New England, Friartown. And every single game, it seems like Providence has played close. 16-2 in games decided by single digits. Only 2 losses against Villanova. So Providence, just when it comes late in games, they just know how to close it out, and they are a really deep team. They got multiple options on this Providence team. They had 8 players scoring double figures in their first round game, and they got those guys going early, every single one. And it's great to see, because Jared Bynum comes off the bench most of the time, being the 6th man of this team. It's unfortunate how they finished first in the Big East, and they got 0 Big East all-conference selections for first team for Providence. That that the best that they could do was just second team, that nobody was able to get a first team selection, because these guys certainly deserved it. It's not one main player that's carrying the team like most of the teams. It is everybody pulling in the work together for this Providence squad, and it shows by the box score from the last game that everybody just down the line making solid contributions. Yep. Yeah, your Hogs should be able to take that one tonight. I'd be shocked if Arkansas loses that one to New Mexico State. New Mexico State, it was just one player, Teddy Allen, that was going off in that game. UConn just didn't have any answers for Teddy Allen. And Arkansas has been just like so good as far as their defense. Like, they've come a long way, last like 2 months plus. If Arkansas wins, they would take on... they would take on Gonzaga. There we go. Battle of the weight class right there. WCC going up against the SEC. They got a legitimate chance. Especially how Georgia State hung in there for the first 30 minutes. Garrett on the street, welcome in. Yeah, big victory for UNC today. We're going to tip off in just a moment. Tyler Burden going up against one of his local teams. He's from Uxbridge, Massachusetts. And his father, Quinnen Burden, played at Providence 1986 to 1990, a forward on that team. That they were in the NCAA tournament back in the late 80s. So if you guys are new, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. We're going to get rolling here in just a moment. Providence taking on Richmond in the 12 versus 4 second round matchup. Winner of this game will face Kansas in the Sweet 16. Best of luck, Spaghetti Factory. Welcome in. Best of luck to your picks tonight. Al Durham, AJ Reeves, Noah Horkler, Justin Manai, and Nate Watson starting 5 for Providence, going up against Jacob Gilliard, Andre Gustafson, Tyler Burden, Nathan Ko, and Grant Golden for Richmond. And Michigan's leading Tennessee 22-20, as we'll keep you guys posted on that score. St. Mary's UCLA going to tip off in about an hour from now. Richmond, dark blue uniforms, red numbers, white letters as they will go right to left in the court. Providence, white jerseys, black numbers, black letters going left to right on the floor here as we're about to get underway from Buffalo for the opening tip, and Providence controls the tip. Providence will see if they can look to get up in this game and slow down tempo, control the game. That's what they like to do. Providence with the ball first. Top of the free throw circle, AJ Reeves. Working one-on-one on Gilliard. Hands it off now to Al Durham. Transfer from Indiana. Durham at the right baseline, forces a double team. Back outside, launching the 3. Reeves. No good. Skipped around the rim and out. Offensive rebound for a moment by Horkler. Tipped out of bounds from behind. Last touch by Richmond. Daniel, welcome in. Fahad in the stream, welcome in, bud. 19:33 left to go in the first. Providence, offensive rebounds, that's their key. Second chance points, they love to get those. Reeves moves it outside to Horkler. Now into the hands to Al Durham. Durham at the top of the key. Dribbles up to the free throw circle. Now drives down the lane. Double team. Bounce pass. Elbow. Jumper. Deep 2. Hits it. That is good for the big boy right there to start things off. Nate Watson showing you the touch from the deep 2. Got to start things off there. Usually not known for his range. PC up 2-0 first minute. Richmond first possession of the game. Spiders have it. Inside down in the low post, working on Horkler. Pump fake. It's going to be tough down there. Turnaround, no good off the mark. Horkler, defensive rebounds. Going to be tough to manufacture points for Richmond. Grant Golden, 6'10". Everybody else, 6'7" or below for the main players. Jumper, free throw circle, swoosh. That's good. Al Durham, 4-zip PC. Richmond's second possession of the game. The Spiders got here winning 4 straight games in a row. They were down by double digits against URI. Had to come back and win in their first A10 tournament game. At the low block inside, right hand, missed off the glass, no good. Tipped over to Nathan Ko, though. Back for three, straight away, missed off the mark. No good by Gilliard. Back it goes to Providence. Friars have the ball, taking up the court. Al Durham, open three, got it. That's good. Bullseye, 7-0 for Ed Coley's squad. 2 minutes through. PC rocking here up in Buffalo. Richmond with the ball at the outside. Lob it over to Golden. Now down low, working his way. Low post, got one to go. Right hand finish up and in. It's Nathan Ko. Providence with the ball. Taking it up the court, looking for a quality possession. They will slow it down at the left wing, Reeves. Now on top of the key, Nate Watson. Gives it over to the right wing to Minaya. Transfer from South Carolina. Here's a three straight away out. Durham lines one up, and he's got it. The transfer from Indiana. Oh, man, what an impact. Transfers. It is making its way through the tournament. Look at Brady Manick today for UNC. 10-2 Providence. 10 points in the first 2.5 minutes for Providence. Not something they've done this often this season. Hook shot missed. But they draw the fall on Horkler, and it's going to be 2 shots at the free throw line by Nathan Ko. What a start. Energy right out of the gate by that guy, the glue guy, Al Durham, number 1. Big time pickup. Ed Coley fills the squad with guys that are physical, gritty, and they know how to play PC style of basketball, and they are lighting up right out of the gate in this one. Missed free throw by Ko. Missed free throws, as we have seen throughout the tournament, are going to crush you. And between Creighton and Kansas, that was a great game today. Not many missed free throws at all. Second shot, no good. Richmond misses them both. Ben, welcome in. Thanks so much, man, for joining in. Yeah, amazing start here for Providence. They are 4 for 4 from the floor. Richmond 1 for 4. 17-10 left to go. The Friars have it on the outside. Winner will take on Kansas in the Sweet 16. Top of the key. Hands it off to Reeves. Reeves at the edge of the midcourt logo. Dribbles towards his right and the outside. Takes the three. No good off the back rim. Rebound picked up by Golden of Richmond. Gilliard will take it up the court. On top to Golden. Golden spin move into the paint. Hook shot. Gets it to go. He's got a hook right there for the big fella. At 6'10", Grant Golden. 16:35 left to go in the first. Providence with the ball. Top of the key, Al Durham. Moves it outside to Horkler. Lobs it down low. Watson draws a double team. Dribbles back around the perimeter. Al Durham over to the top. Here's a three straight away. No good off the mark. Defensive rebound pulled down by Gilliard. Missed three was by Reeves in transition. Corner three. Richmond. No good. Skidded off the rim. Rebound back to Durham of Providence. Durham takes up the court looking quick. Durham. Baseline. Jumper. Missed off the glass poorly. Out of bounds. Tapped by Richmond. Gonna stay Providence basketball. 16:09 left to go in the first. Michigan, by the way, up over Tennessee, 24-22 with 6.5 left to go in the first there. What's good, Chicago Bulls 1-2-3? Welcome back in, bud. Great start here for Providence. Inbound coming up for the Friars underneath their own hoop. They move it out to the wing. Jared Bynum checks into the game first time today. Hit a big shot in the final minute in the victory over South Dakota State on Thursday. Bynum has it at the March Madness logo, working on Gilliard, the top ball stealer in all college basketball. Out on top, it's Horkler. 5 in the shot clock. Over to Bynum. Bynum, spin move. Down the lane, lost the handle, tries to get it back. 1 on the shot clock, and the shot clock expires as Richmond forces a Providence turnover. 10-4 to score, as we will take the first media timeout of the game here. Providence, great start for them so far as they lead up by 6. All right, let's go, everybody. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. What a start here for PC in this one. We them boys, it's going to be rocking in Friartown if they're able to pull this one out tonight. Big night on College Hill if they're able to keep on continuing this and pull it out. Started out perfect 4 for 40. Missed their last 4 shots from the floor by Al Durham, getting this team rocking. 8 points right out of the gate by Al Durham. 3 of 4 from the floor, 2 of 2 from 3-point range. Nate Watson's got the other 2 points for a deep 2. And for Richmond, 2 points each by Grant Golden and Nathan Ko. Providence out rebounding Richmond on the glass, doubling them 6-3 at the moment. Michael, welcome to the stream, bud. Quick update, college basketball scores going on right now. One other game, Michigan up over Tennessee, 28-22. That's going to wreck everybody's brackets if that happens there. So the team that everybody didn't want to make to the tournament, Michigan is leading Tennessee right now. We'll keep you guys posted on that score. Coming up, we got St. Mary's UCLA tipping off in under 50 minutes from now. St. Peter's Peacocks going up against Murray State. That's the 15 versus 7 matchup. That will tip off at 8:20. That's on national TV. I'll be covering New Mexico State against Arkansas the next 12 to 4, as that will tip off a half an hour after the conclusion of this game. And also late night for the nightcap. Last game will be Memphis against Gonzaga. That was a great game last night. That one, the Colgate-Wisconsin game went all the way to like almost 1 in the morning. Colgate played 35 solid minutes of basketball, hanging in there with Wisconsin. And Johnny Davis, last 5 minutes, just took over. Yeah, I got Tennessee to the Elite 8, I think. So, yeah, my bracket will be done. My bracket's toast if TCU beats Arizona tomorrow, which could be a possibility, honestly, because these Big 12 teams are tearing it up right now. Besides Baylor not advancing today, but TCU just destroyed Seton Hall last night. They put a pounding on them. I don't think that's any walk in the park for Arizona today. I honestly think Iowa State's got a chance there. Wisconsin hasn't faced like suffocating defenses. That's really, really good. Iowa State's got a great defense, so that could be a challenge there, especially if Davis can't produce anything. That Colgate team was just drilling 3 after 3 after 3 to stay in the game yesterday. They have one of their players as a sophomore, 6'11" big man. Woodward was his last name, and he looked like a lumberjack on the court. A big boy, Woodward. So it's just a different talent gap or so, because the players in like those smaller conferences, Patriot America East, they're like slower. It's like a slower type of game compared to like the Power 5 schools, but like some of the players that they get are like they're massive for some of these schools. Because I know Boston University had like a player, I think he was like 6'11" on the team for him, and he reminded me of Enes Kanter. So we get back to action, 15:45 left to go. It's going to be Richmond basketball. Spiders take it up the court. Gilliard has it out on the wing. Moves it over to number 15, Matt Grace, inside the key. They back their way, low post, passing out to the corner. Richmond has it outside with Gilliard once again, 10 on the shot clock. Gilliard makes the pass, right baseline dribble. Richmond down low, puts one up, no good, missed off the mark. They're fouled though. So Richmond will head to the free throw line to shoot 2. So this will be number 15 at the line. Matt Grace, 6'9" forward from Hamilton, Canada. He is one of 9 seniors in this team. Oof, Michigan just blew 2 wide open layups. Yikes. 30-29 Michigan with under 4 minutes left to go before half there. 2 shots to the line for Richmond. First one good. Second shot. That one's good. 10-6 with just over 15 minutes remaining in the first. Providence with the ball. Al Durham moves it over to Bynum. Takes it past the midcourt logo. Horkler gives Durham a touch on the outside. Out to a 3-ball. Horkler swoosh. As Providence expands to a 7-point lead, 13-6. Nice look there, wide open by Noah Horkler. This Providence team built up a transfers, 3 of 6 from the outside. That's a positive sign right there. Under 15 minutes left to go in the first. Richmond with the ball. Spiders have it at the left wing perimeter. They move it outside. Not getting any looks inside here for Richmond. They've gone to the free throw line twice off of drives down low. Backing their way, low post on Horkler. Inside, tough defense by Horkler. Able to get it to go, though. That's Nathan Ko. Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to get much dribble jive attack the paint against this Providence defense. They got a bunch of size down low between Watson and Horkler. Jared Bynum moves out to his right to Al Durham. Bounce pass back over to Bynum. Bynum dribbles, drives down the lane, floats up a teardrop, missed it. No good offensive rebound. Pump fake underneath, puts one up and through. That is good. Up in and off the glass. Another transfer to big boy from LaSalle, 6'8", 245, Ed Croswell. Gets the bucket. Second chance points, that's what Providence is great at. 7-3 in the rebound advantage for the Friars. At the left baseline, Richmond backs their way inside, swings it out to the corner, wide open three, here it goes, no good off the front rim. Rebound collected by Bynum. Bynum moves it outside, into the hands to Durham. Durham lines up a three, this time hit the rim short, offensive rebound again, 8-3 on the glass Providence. PC is going to slow it down, up by 7, seeing if they could go up by either 9 or 10 this possession. Al Durham gives it at the top, it's Croswell, hands it over. Into the hands to Bynum. 5 in the shot clock. Bynum makes the pass corner. 3 on its way. Horkler right down the chute. It goes right there for the 3-ball, baby. It's 18-8. Ed Coleman, America. 18-8 Providence. Shoot the shoots with the threes. That is the Fort May 3 of the game by the PC Friars. 2 each by the transfers. Al Durham from Indiana. Noah Horkler from North Florida. What a start here right now. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to spike the thumbs up. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Right out of the gate, what a game here. Noah Horkler having some big-time moments in this NCAA tournament. Him, Bynum, Durham. Those have been the 3 go-to. And last year was basically all Nate Watson and David Duke. It was only 2, but this year the transfers, man. These transfers, 1 year under their belt for Horkler, 1 year under his belt for Bynum. Boom, they've stepped up in a big way. Incredible. Alex, welcome back in. Paul, welcome to stream. Yeah, I honestly wasn't shocked there that UNC won that game. I picked Baylor, though. I wasn't sure how UNC was going to hold up defensively, but offensively, though, UNC has what it takes, and they were able to beat Baylor. There's usually like at least one seed that goes down before the Sweet 16. That's the fifth year in a row that a 1 seed has gone down before the Sweet 16. Tennessee has taken the lead over Michigan, 31-30, with 3 minutes left to go before halftime. We'll keep you guys posted on that score. What a start here right now for Providence. Incredible all-around team basketball. An absolute dream season in Friartown. And right out of the gate, they're up 18-8, and Richmond just has no answer. Providence has so much size down low. Out-rebounding Richmond. It's been a huge key right now. 9-3 on the glass. Providence is tripling Richmond. Providence already's got 4 offensive rebounds. And when you get offensive rebounds, sets up for Providence success. And if they're shooting the ball out of the gym like this, these guys are built with confidence right now, how they're playing. Providence looking to go to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 1997, when they were a 10 seed. Not sure if he'll be back next week, because he has his own hockey streams too that he does. So looking to go back to the NCAA tournament for the first time in 26 years here for Providence. Yeah, honestly, I think it's close. I think they keep it close with Kansas. Kansas got really good guards, but if Providence is able to roll the glass, because Creighton was having their way today on the glass against Kansas, and if they put David McCormack and Jalen Wilson in the foul trouble, then Kansas is in some deep trouble. I think Remy Martin's the X factor, though. He has changed that Kansas team. We're back to action. 13-10 left to play. 10-point lead by Providence. Richmond has the ball. The Spiders just have no answer so far starting out this one. Providence with a ton of size. Spin move. Working the way down low. Lost the handle. Able to get it back inside the key. Tough defense by Providence. Huge rejection right there by the Friars. And here they come up with the basketball. Bynum moves it out to the corner. Horkler. Left baseline dribble. Inside the key. Floats up the shot with the right hand. Bounces in. Good for two. 20-8 PC. Yeah, Creighton had two of their starters that were injured. That they were missing. Ryan Nemhard, their big man Ryan Kalkbrenner. I got Villanova in that one. Ohio State played a really rough game yesterday. They were lucky that they ran into Loyola Chicago that fell asleep. 12.5 left to go. Providence with the ball. Top of the key. Bynum moves it out to his right. Here's a three lined up and missed off the mark. No good by the sophomore Allen Breed. Back it goes to Richmond. 12:15 left to go. Step back three in the air. That's way off the mark. Missed by Gilliard. A lot of hero ball out in the court here for the Spiders team right now. Bynum dribbles, attacks, right hand to the cup. No good. Offensive rebound, but a foul. So Bynum will head to the free throw line. It's going to be a blocking foul picked up by Richmond. 12:05 left to go. Tennessee up over Michigan. Final minute before half. 34-32. Winner of this game will take on Kansas, the number 1 seed in the Sweet 16. Bynum. First free throw. No good off the back rim. By the way, Richmond is 0 for 5 from downtown. 27% shooting from the floor. Defense for Providence has turned it up in the tournament. I think if Providence takes care of the basketball and doesn't allow Kansas to go on the fast break, I think Providence has a chance to win. Kansas does everything on the fast break. They are just so good on the break. Those are 2 points guaranteed 99.9% of the time for Kansas. Second shot good by Bynum. Richmond on a 2.5-minute scoring drought. Spiders will line up a three. That one is good from the outside. So they hang in. It's a 10-point game. Top seed hosts the first 2 rounds. Yeah, probably not feasible because if there's like a top seed that's a smaller school, it might be like difficult for that. And then some of the teams are playing NIT games too. That is a 3 by PC right back from downtown. That is Justin Manaya, transfer from South Carolina. Yeah, because the men's teams are playing in the NIT, so there might be like a conflict as far as like venue and stuff like that. And then some of the other programs too, I know they do like men's volleyball around the season for some of the teams too, because there might be like a gymnasium conflict for that. 24-11. Providence has it once again. 11 minutes left to play in the first. Bynum bounce pass top of the key into the hands of Croswell. Hands it over. It is Breed on the outside. Breed gives it over to Bynum. Bynum floats one up. That shot gets blocked, ripped away. Bynum draws the reach in as the steal was picked up by Gilliard. What a start here for these Friars. 5 made threes from downtown. Every single 3 made by a transfer that came into the program. 2 made by Al Durham with 8 points leading the way. Noah Horkler's got 8, making 2 threes as well. And then Manaya just made his first 3 of the game. He's got 3. 2 off the bench by Ed Croswell. 1 point by Bynum. That is 22 points for Providence through transfers. The transfer portal impact by the Providence Friars. Ed Coley America. As we're going to take a timeout. 10:44 left to go in the first. Yes, I'll be covering Arkansas versus New Mexico State. So feel free to join in for Arkansas against New Mexico State. We'll start that one about a half an hour after this one finishes. Yeah, transfer portal has been massive. These teams advancing in the tournament, these teams are transfer portal impacts. Kansas, Remy Martin. Man, 20 points today. He is healthy. This guy is super fast. Just getting it to the rim constantly. Looks like Davion Mitchell from last season in the tournament. Constantly getting straight to the rim. Blow-by speed. Blow-by every single possession for Remy Martin. 20 points for him today. North Carolina, Brady Manick. What a season he has had. Transfer from Oklahoma. Johnny Juzang, transfer 2 seasons ago from Kentucky for UCLA. Teared it up last year in the tournament. Arkansas, J.D. Note, Stanley Amude, transfers. New Mexico State, Teddy Allen, transfer from Nebraska. Gonzaga, Andrew Nembhard, Florida transfer. Just incredible. All these transfers, the impact that they made on the tournament so far. Kyler Edwards, Houston, transfer from Texas Tech. Texas Tech, Bryson Williams, UTEP transfer. Multiple transfers. This Texas Tech team wasn't even seen as top 25. They did a full reload in the offseason, and they restocked. Like, they lost a bunch of players. They gained a bunch of transfers. Kevin O'Banner from Oral Roberts. Tons of transfers came in. Marcus Santos Silva 2 seasons ago from VCU. Miami, prime example. Charlie Moore from Miami came in from DePaul. Won the game for them yesterday over USC. Texas, transfer city with that team in the offseason for Texas. So those are some of the teams in the tournament with transfers right there. Looks like Tennessee is up, so they go into halftime. 37-32, Tennessee leading Michigan. Wow, Fardaws Amack of the Utah Valley gonna enter the transfer portal. Wow. I think he led all college basketball with double-doubles this year. Somebody's gonna get someone big right there. I remember when Utah Valley beat BYU this season. That was massive. They stormed the court. They're gonna get into the tournament sometime for Utah Valley. That WAC conference is so competitive. Because they added in four more teams into the WAC, and New Mexico State now into the round of 32 because of that. Because they got Stephen F. Austin from the WAC, Utah Valley, some really good schools in there. Grand Canyon. Here's a hook shot. That's good. Back from the timeout by Richmond by Golden. Aaron, welcome on the stream here, man. Providence with the ball. 10-10 left to go in the first. Top of the key with Bynum. Moves it out to the wing. Bounce pass. Baseline. Watson outside. Here's a three. Swoosh. It's A.J. Reeves. Off the feed by Watson. Some high elevation with that J right there by A.J. Providence has made 6 threes right out of the gate in this game. Richmond with the ball. They try to turn the corner off the dribble drive. Andre Gustafson, and he draws the foul. Clock will stop with 9:45. Yep, Oscar Tshiebwe was massive all season long for Kentucky. Yeah, he carried them in the first round game. Nobody else showed up. Hey, there we go. The St. Peter's Peacocks taking on Murray State in a little bit. First shot, no good at the line, missed by Richmond. To win these games, you have to make your free throws, and Richmond is crushing themselves, missing shots and missing free throws. They're just 3 of 6 at the free throw line, 50%. 1 of 6 from three-point range. Second one is good. Providence been able to nail their shots, and usually this is not an efficient shooting Providence team. They're 6 of 11 from outside, 56% shooting, 10 of 18 from the floor, and 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Only gone to the free throw line once, which Providence leads all the Big East Conference in free throw shot attempts this season. I'll be covering the team that's made the most free throws. That is Arkansas. They're coming up against New Mexico State on the next stream. 9:20 left to go. Wide open 3 at the wing with a lot of space. That is good for the 3 ball. Justin Manaya for PC. They hang up a 30-burger in the first half. Still with 9:10 left to go. 16-point Providence lead. Richmond in a lot of trouble. Now down low. Back in their way. Pivot move. Puts one up and banks it up and off the glass. Good by Richmond. Right back it is Nathan Ko. Murray State to the Final Four there from behind the arc fan. Dude, imagine if St. Peter's beats both of the Kentucky teams. That would be wild. Absolutely wild. Jared Bynum has it for Providence. Moves it on top to Al Durham. Durham bounce pass right wing perimeter. Reeves sets up a 3. He hit it, but a foul occurred before. Man, they are feeling it right now from 3-point range. Everybody. Reeves, Durham, Manaya. Those 3 guys in particular are just lining it up, drilling it down left and right. There's no answer for Richmond right now defending this 3-ball. There's so much space in the outside. Good pupper. Welcome back in. I've got Arkansas at the corner. Pump fake Horkler moves it out to the wing. Left baseline Jibble. Providence puts one up, no good. Tough defense by Richmond, coming down with a defensive rebound. J-Man, welcome back in. Spiders have the ball in a lot of trouble, down by 14. 8.5 left to play. Bounce pass, down low. Golden powers his way to the bucket. Missed the layup, no good off the glass. And the rebound taken by Providence. Bynum bursts the speed, dribbles, swings it over the top. Couldn't finish, no good by Watson. Pinwheels around to the corner, and Richmond picks up the defensive rebound. That's one you got to have out in transition there if you're Big Nate. Nate Watson's been silent this tournament just with 2. He came back for a reason to play in the NCAA tournament and keep on making a run. And right now they're doing it and doing it through transfers. Golden off the drop down. He scores for 2. Under 8 minutes left to go in the first. Providence by 12. 10-4 points in the paint actually favoring Richmond right now. It's been Providence with the 3-ball. At the left wing perimeter. Nate Watson passes back outside at the March Madness logo to Durham. Dribbles up to the top of the key. We get a fall inside. It's going to be committed by the Spiders. 7:40 left to go. Bynum went down in the paint as the clock will stop. And we will go on another timeout here on the floor. Things out on the roll for Providence right now. Hilda, welcome in. Yeah, what a start in this game right now. Incredible start for Providence coming out. And the transfer portal impact making a big impact today here. Providence +7 on the glass, 14-7. Come out and they're firing 7 threes they made. 2 of them each between Horkler, Manaya, and Durham. Combining for 6 out of the 7 threes. AJ Reeves hit the last one. And Richmond not making their shots. 1 of 6 from downtown. 3 of 6 the free throw line. And in these games, if you can't hit your free throws, you're going home. That's been the case throughout. 37-32, Tennessee up over Michigan. That's the only other game going on right now. Kansas won over Creighton 79-72. North Carolina upsetting Baylor today 93-86 in overtime. Yep, Nate Watson coming back for another run. Man, that would be something if David Duke came back too. But he was doing pretty good when the Brooklyn Nets were really thin. This season, just filling in, having some pretty good games for David Duke. Providence got really good consistency, though. When you got 8 guys that can score at a solid clip and spread the ball around, working together, that's something special. Really something special for Providence. They put 7 players in scoring right now for Providence. Al Durham, Noah Horkler, each with 8 total points. Yeah, it's going to shock me if New Mexico State is making threes against this Arkansas team at a clip like they were against UConn. UConn really struggled to defend the perimeter this season. And Vermont came in as a top 10 team in shooting efficiency. They were just lights out. It was just another weight class as far as like speed, athleticism, physicality with Arkansas going up against Vermont. And New Mexico State was just one dude that UConn couldn't stop. Arkansas's defense should be able to stop Teddy Allen, and that's going to be a problem tonight. Yeah, imagine if St. Peter's is able to beat another Kentucky team tonight if they're knocking off Murray State. Jackson, welcome in. Oh, yeah, what a start here. These guys right now here for a reason, and the reason to win a national championship. And all season long, they've been fueled by this underdog vibe. Providence not taken seriously by those out in Vegas on the line, not taking the Friars. They don't believe in them. They think that they're the luckiest team in America, and Providence comes out with a chip on their shoulder to prove everybody wrong. And with their experience and with their size, they can hang in and play ball with anybody in the country. Doesn't matter who they face on the schedule. They are playing anybody in the country any given night. and we'll be able to knock you off and prove you wrong. That's what we've learned. So 7:40 left to go. Providence gets the inbound. A.J. Reeves on the outside has hit 1-3 so far today. Bounce pass top of the free throw circle. Durham outside of Reeves. And we get a whistle here. It's going to be a Providence turnover, looks like. So it gives Richmond the ball with 7:30 left to go. Ed Coley not happy about the call as it will go back to Richmond. Yeah, Memphis is a really physical team. They get the size to compete against Gonzaga. The problem for Memphis is the turnovers. If they cut back on the turnovers, they got a chance. 7:15 left to go. At the top of the free throw circle, Nathan Ko dribbles up. Moves it outside to the wing into the hands of Tyler Burden. Bounce pass down low, Ko inside the key. Ooh, that's an offensive foul. Ko pushing off. Manaya takes the charge. 7:06 left to go. No answers whatsoever for Richmond in this game. It's just a difference in between the weight class. A10 against Big East, a big-time step up. 7 minutes left to go. Richmond narrowly escaped with single-digit victories against URI. Providence beat URI by 14. 6:45 left to go in the first. Al Durham dribbles up to the elbow, lost the handle, tried to get it on the ground with it for Durham. Tries to get it out, and he's forced into a tie-up possession arrow. As we will see here who it is. It's going to be Richmond ball. Possession arrow, Richmond. That's the one key that Richmond does really well. They're top 75 in steals per game, led by Jacob Gilliard. Most steals in all college basketball this season. And Richmond forces the turnover there, so they're going to get it back. So that's 2 straight turnovers by Providence out of the timeout. 6.5 left to go. Richmond has it. Richmond just hasn't been able to cut win in single digits, though. Top of the key, Gilliard moves it out to his left. 15 on the shot clock for Richmond. Over to Gilliard once again. Dribbles towards his right. Working their way around the perimeter. Now getting a touch at the top, Tyler Burden. Jab step. Gives it outside. 5 in the shot clock for Richmond. A right baseline dribble. Underneath the hoop. Looking for a pivot move here. Shot clock winding down. Floats up a wild shot. No good. And Nate Watson with a defensive rebound. 6 minutes left to go. Al Durham with the ball. At the top of the key, Al Durham having a great start so far in this game. Lobs it over to Watson. Watson at the right baseline. Jumper. He will take one. No good. That's not his shot right there. That's not his game. Going to the post there, big boy. 6'10" Nate Watson launches an air ball over the rim. Goes right back to Richmond. Thought about a jumper instead. Made the extra pass. Pump fake. Gilliard. Step back 3 on its way. No good. Too long. Offensive rebound pulled down though by Richmond. Out to the outside. Another 3. That is well off the mark. Missed bottom left rim by Sherrod. Back it goes to Providence. Providence making 7 threes. They made 8 total in the first round against South Dakota State. Hand off to Horkler. Horkler moves it out towards his left into the hands to Allen Breed, sophomore from Powder Springs, Georgia. Edge of the logo. And this is going to be a reach and foul assessed on Richmond. So it goes right back over to Providence with 5:13 remaining. Richmond with 4 fouls. Both teams with 4 each. And Nate Watson's going to check out of the game now. I actually didn't, so I haven't seen the Requiem for the Big East 30-30. But yeah, Dave Gavitt. Yep. They usually have like something called the Gavitt Games tip-off every year. Down low, nice pick and roll. Is Providence able to score? They go with Ed Croswell. Gets the bucket. Showing an impact in this game for Big Ed. Coming off the bench, 6'8", 245 from Philadelphia. Transfer from LaSalle out of Philly. 4:50 remaining. Down low, a hook shot. Gutted to go by Richmond. Providence going to slow it down now. Play their style of basketball. Jared Bynum. At the March Madness logo. Hands it over to Al Durham. Al Durham bounce pass into the hands to Croswell. Dribbles up, down inside the paint. Croswell pump fake, sneaks around, right hand finishes. Up and in off the backboard there by Big Ed for back-to-back buckets. Good to see for him. Wasn't producing that much throughout the season. Only averages 5 points per game. He's got 6 in the first half. Hero ball played by Richmond as they launch a 3 off of 1 touch. It's no good. Back it goes to Providence. Bynum moves it over to Horkler. Passes out to the left wing perimeter. Getting everybody involved in the offense here for PC. 4 minutes left to go before halftime. Taking it again. They got the matchup here with Croswell, but Croswell gets called for the travel. Back it's going to go to Richmond, up by 14 for Providence as we take the timeout. 3:54 left to play, rolling with number 5 down low in the glass. What a start here for PC, owning the glass in this game, owning the perimeter. 17-9 rebound advantage for Providence, 4-2 offensive glass advantage, 54% from the floor, holding Richmond to 38% and 1 for 9 from 3-point range. Providence has made 7 threes to start this one out. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit that subscribe, and thanks so much all for joining and being a part here on the channel. And man, what a start in this one for Providence, on a roll right now. Quick update: Michigan, Tennessee up at the tie. It's the halftime score here is Tennessee 37, Michigan 32. So Tennessee, breaking out late, was able to take the lead. Coming up on St. Mary's UCLA in a little bit, as I'll be covering that one in a little bit from now. Also, St. Peter's tipping off against Murray State in about an hour and a half. Who would ever know? St. Peter's Peacocks from Jersey looking to take down another team from Kentucky tonight. Just an incredible start right here for Providence in this game. Unreal. Providence able to hold on to this one tonight. Friartown's going to be absolutely lit going on to the Sweet 16. It'll be the first time since 1997 Providence has advanced to the second weekend. And a lot of people counted this team out, and they're here proving you guys wrong. 7 seniors in this team, and this has been a dream type of season for the Friars. Textbook defense, and these guys are putting in the work. You know that after they beat South Dakota State, they're not going back and not looking at social media or anything about the game. They are going back, studying film, looking at Richmond, Iowa, just focused on the game, focused in team meetings, talking about the matchups there, about Richmond versus Iowa, and just focused, laser focused on the team that they're preparing for. And that's exactly what's happened here so far in this game. Providence coming out, and they are just laser focused right now, not committing many mistakes so far. (34-20), 3:54 left to go in the first. Texas Southern upsets Kansas in a mascot dance-off. Richmond gets the inbound. We get back to action. Under 4 minutes left to go before halftime. Grant Golden gives it over to Gilliard, who has it now, takes up the court for Richmond. Gilliard moves it on top to Golden. Bounce pass down low, block for the Spiders as they back their way inside. They move it out to the wing perimeter. Tyler Burden. Now down low, spin move, turn around, puts one up and scores up and in. It's Nathan Ko. So hanging in there, they just can't get it up to 8 points for Richmond. They're down by 12 currently. Providence with the ball. Bynum past midcourt. Bynum moves it over to his right to Al Durham. Durham defended by Gilliard, passes out to his left to Bynum. 3 minutes left to play in the first. Bynum dribbles up top of the key. Bynum 5 of the shot clock, drives down the lane, floats up a tough shot off the glass, no good. Tip, battle for rebound, pulled down by Richmond. Spiders come up with the basketball. Richmond has a burst of speed, attacking down the lane. Dump off. KO. We get a foul. It's going to be on Providence. Charge to Manaya. And that'll be Providence's 5th personal foul, I believe. .246 remaining in the first. Inbound coming up for Richmond. Spiders pass it outside. Top of the key, dribbling up, kick out corner, deflected and intercepted by Al Durham, picking off the pass. Durham with the ball now, 2.5 left to go in the first. Outside Horkler, makes the pass to the corner, pump fake. Providence has it. 15 on the shot clock, dribble, drive, kick, corner, 3 on his way. Horkler overshoots the rim. Goes back to Richmond. 2:15 left to go. Both of these teams in a scoring drought right now. Dump off underneath Golden. Puts one up. Huge rejection by Providence as it goes out of bounds. That is Ed Croswell who blocks Golden. Yeah, Providence has got some big boys in their team here. They are a physical style of play under Ed Coley. That's the type of team they are. Not the most efficient type of team, not the most pretty type of team, but they are second chance type of team. Physical, gritty, and they fight and play with determination and heart every single second on the court. That makes up the profile of an Ed Coley type of squad. 2 minutes left to go in the first. Richmond has the ball. Jumper from the outside. No good. Missed by Richmond. The three's just not there. Richmond 1 for 10 from 3-point range. Providence has the ball. 2 minutes left to play. Providence on a 2-minute, 25-second scoring drought. Bynum's going to slow it down to the style that Providence plays here. Going to set up something. Pick gets set by Croswell on the outside. Gives it out to Big Ed at the top of the key. Hands it over to Reeves. Reeves looking for Bynum. Bynum slipped these out of the play right now. Now Bynum's open. Dribble, drive, jumper, baseline. Reeves, no good off the back rim. Defensive rebound. Hauled down by Richmond. We get a foul, though. Let's see what's going to be on. It's going to be on Richmond. Loose ball foul picked up, and that's going to be their 5th. Wanda, welcome back to the stream. Gaming with this guy. Welcome in. Jacob Gilliard, 24 points against Iowa. Nothing going on tonight. I don't usually like bet games or so, but I think it's gonna be much closer to 9.5 tomorrow. Honestly, I think TCU is gonna push Arizona. I think we're looking at a Creed and Kansas type of game tomorrow, between those two teams, Arizona and TCU. Providence got the shot. It's good by Reeves down low. Reeves got knocked down. There's no foul. Wow, there's no foul. AJ Reeves got the shot off the turnaround. No foul. Oh, I don't know how in the world there's not a foul right there. He got knocked down from behind by Grace. Yeah, there's just no call. Refs just had no call. AJ Reeves should have went to the free throw line. You could clearly see Grace knocked him down from the backside there. Reeves with a tough bucket. 36-22. Minute 15 left to go in the first. Richmond with the ball. Gilliard at the right wing perimeter. Moves it on top. Out to Matt Grace. Out to the baseline. They lost the ball. Going all the way to their backcourt. Able to pick it up, though. 12 on the shot clock for Richmond. Dribble. Drive. They got to be urgent here. They bank one home. Up and in. Off the drive to the glass is Nathan Kao. 36-24. Final minute left to go. Kao's got 10 so far for Richmond. He's the top scorer. 6 points by Grant Golden. So the front court delivering. The guards are just not there for Richmond. 1 point for the Richmond guards. And in the NCAA tournament, you need guards. Bynum, deep range 3. No good, missed off the mark. Offensive rebound there by Croswell. Richmond comes up with their 6th foul. Off the rebounds. So 1 point combined by the Richmond guards shooting the ball. 0 of 7 from the floor. Between Gilliard, Gustafson, and Nick Sherrod. So we will take a timeout on the floor. 36-24 Providence with 35 seconds left to go. So it's only one half of the Richmond team that showed up. Just the front court. That was it. They only have 1 3 from the outside. It was made by Tyler Burden. They're 1 for 10 from 3. And Providence out rebounding Richmond 20-12 in the glass. Tennessee leading Michigan 39-36 with 18.5 minutes left to play. Promising start for Providence here. Putting up 36 points. 36 points here in the first half. That is a great sign. Providence shooting the ball at a great clip, too. 48% for the floor. Providence will get the inbound as we get back to action. Horkler with the ball for the Friars, hands it off to Bynum. Moves it out to his right. Minaya passes out to Horkler. To the left, it goes to Reeves at the wing. 25 seconds left to go. Bynum gets a touch, defended. Passes over to the wing. Here's a three. Got it. Rattles in. That is Noah Horkler from outside. 15-point Providence lead. Horkler double figures up to 11. Top scorer in the game. 10 seconds left to go. Richmond looking for something here for a motivator before halftime at the wing. Step back three in the air. Gilliard way short. He hairballs it. Tipped. Perimeter three. Prayer at the horn. No good. And the Providence Friars leading by 15 at halftime. 39-24 over the Richmond Spiders. What a start for Providence here. Winner will take on Kansas in the Sweet 16. 20 minutes of more basketball coming up as we go into halftime here. Incredible start for Providence. Rolling the glass, making their threes. Everybody getting involved. 7 separate scores for Providence. Noah Horkler's made 3 threes. And looking for their first Sweet 16 appearance. It will be their 5th as a program if they do make it and come out on top for Providence in the first one since 1997. What a start here today for the Friars. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. By the way, Tennessee leading Michigan 43-39. I'll keep you guys posted on that game now. I'm going to switch over since we're at halftime. I'll let you guys know what's going on there. And St. Mary's going to tip off against UCLA in around 10 minutes. So we'll keep you guys posted with that score. Richmond, 1 for 10 from three-point range. Struggling to get much going on inside. And their guards are nothing today. Haven't been able to produce. Jacob Gilliard, 0 for 6. He had 24 points against Iowa. It's a big difference when you go up against Iowa's defense versus Providence. Iowa doesn't have much physicality on their team. They got talent. They don't have much physicality or athleticism. Providence has got size. They're physical. They're gritty, athletic. And they showed they can take on anybody in the country. They beat Texas Tech back in December. This Providence team, for those who have been counting them out all season, they ain't no joke. They're the underdog for the reason by a lot of people. And they play with a chip on their shoulder, and they feed off of that energy. And when you least expect it, they win. They feed off of that energy with all the upperclassmen on the team. Yes, I'll be covering Arkansas against New Mexico State later tonight, the last game I plan on covering, so feel free to join that one. Tennessee couldn't get both of them to go. Michigan down by 4. Michigan's got the ball with 16:15 remaining. This is a young Michigan team who just sunk a 3 to put it to a 1-point game. 45-44. Michigan with a record of 17-14. A lot of people didn't agree that this team should have been in the bracket. That included me, by the way. But, wow, they're putting in a fight against the SEC champs right now. Hunter Dickinson just came down with a defensive rebound. Michigan with a chance to lead. 15:40 left to go between Michigan and Tennessee. Dickinson, the big boy, got stripped and he lost it. Oh, man, what an incredible save right there by Vescovy of Tennessee. They got the big boy in the outside guarding 7-footer Dickinson. Now he's down low to guard. Currently at halftime, Providence by 15 over Richmond. Just taking a look at Tennessee, Michigan. That's not a good shot right there. Inside the key and just had too soft of a touch by one of the players for Tennessee. And Tennessee commits a bad fall down low too. So it's a 1-point game between Michigan and Tennessee. Michigan, the 11 seed, trying to get on a run to put their expectations into what they were in the preseason. A top 10 preseason team by Michigan. And Tennessee was more of a top 15 team in the preseason. So Michigan's trying to make it into the second weekend and prove everybody why They've played the toughest schedule in America this year. Michigan has played the toughest schedule out of any team in the nation. Yeah, Oklahoma, if Michigan made it in, Oklahoma definitely deserves to be here. And yeah, Texas A&M too. I don't know what the thought was of putting in a Wyoming team with 8 losses in the bracket. And it's too bad that 2 of the Big East teams just didn't come and show up in the tournament when Marquette and Seton Hall. They just don't show up in tournament games, and they've been like that constantly, like not showing up for those 2 programs, tournament after tournament. Like that's an easy get. Just take whoever plays Marquette or Seton Hall in the first round. You'll get a victory there. Same as whoever plays San Diego State. Because San Diego State, just unfortunately for them, they just couldn't close it out. It's every single year. They keep on losing tournament games for the Aztecs. Just programs that just can't get over the hump winning their first round tournament game. Yeah, Tennessee is a really good perimeter shooting team. It seems like the rims in this tournament have a lid on them, and all the good perimeter shooting teams that get knocked out, and then the teams that don't shoot the ball well from 3 are hanging in the game, making double-digit threes, like Creighton today. That was unbelievable. Their big man Kaluma was making 3 after 3 after 3. Kansas just kept on getting them wide open. Yeah, New Mexico State finally got over the hump. Good to see for them. And that's another team that doesn't shoot the ball that well from 3 this season was New Mexico State, and they just came and started ripping the threes against UConn. Jerome, welcome in. Yeah, that was a big upset today. UNC though has been playing much better, and explosive offensive team. It's like the ACC's got explosive offensive teams, the Big 12's got defenses. Yeah. I'm going to write that down in my notes for next year. Never pick San Diego State in the first round, no matter what seed they are. And it doesn't matter who they play against. It doesn't matter what team they play against, even if it's Georgetown that they play against, because I don't believe in Georgetown in the tournament games. I will know next year not to pick San Diego State. I thought this year was going to be the 3rd time the charm, and they blew it at the end. Wow, Tennessee goes coast to coast for the layup off the rebound. Hunter Dickinson is on the workout bike right now, so this is not a good sign for Michigan. Hunter Dickinson is out of the game on the workout bike at the moment. So Tennessee just took the lead 47-45 over Michigan with under 15 minutes left to play. Down low with a hook. Michigan gets one to go. Musa Diabate ties it up at 47. Wow. Sorry to hear that there. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I saw a stat. I wish I knew it before, but the defending champion has lost. The defending champion the last 5 years has never made it to the Sweet 16. Isn't that crazy? So next year I'm going to do that. Whoever wins the championship, I'm not going to put them. I'm going to have them out in the second round. Whoever wins the championship. I wish I knew that too, because it seems like the defending champion is cursed and San Diego State is cursed come tournament time. And then Seton Hall and Marquette. Like those are teams that just can't win games. Shaka Smart in general. When tournament time comes, loss. And Texas had been cursed, but not Chris Beard. Chris Beard now 5-0 in tournament games. So he brings over his Texas Tech tradition off to Texas. Tennessee goes up on top, 49-47 over Michigan with 14 minutes left to play. So Musa Diabate will check out of the bench. Tennessee almost lost the inbound there. Hunter Dickinson is back into the game off the treadmill. Tennessee has been cursed too. Furthest they've been is the Elite Eight. Dickinson! Oh, the big boy hits a three. That's a 7-footer. Hunter Dickinson puts Michigan on top 50-49. 24 points by Dickinson. The left baseline dribble, a huge block by Dickinson. Another chance Tennessee couldn't put it up, and Tennessee lost the ball. Oh, man, Tennessee is cracking under pressure right now. It's going to be a tie up here with Michigan possession. 50-49 Michigan with 13:25 left to go. Hunter Dickinson changes everything. He's such a big boy for Hunter Dickinson. Last year, I remember, he shut down Luka Garza. All the talk last year about Luka Garza, National Player of the Year, and then here comes Hunter Dickinson into Iowa, and he shut him right down as a freshman last season. Yeah, imagine that. If Michigan wins the championship, that would be crazy. Hunter Dickinson has made the last 7 shots from the floor. Missed the layup, though, by Michigan. Got to finish at the rim there. Tennessee driving right down the lane. Ho-ho, Kennedy Chandler, baby. Layup, Tennessee by 1. 13 minutes left to go. Yeah, I was shocked to see Murray State against St. Peter's on CBS. Usually they put the good games on CBS, like tomorrow they got Michigan State against Duke, as that shot is good for 2 by Michigan. Michigan on top 52-51. I thought they put on New Mexico State, Arkansas on CBS and swap that with TNT. Oh, Tennessee turned over the ball, and then they get called in the reach in at midcourt. 12.5 left to play. Yep, my bracket relies on Tennessee to the Elite Eight. A lot of people got Tennessee as champions, too. That's a killer. If you took Tennessee all the way to the championship, your bracket's destroyed. Ugh. Just unfortunate. Your bracket gets even more destroyed tonight if Memphis beats Gonzaga and if TCU beats Arizona. If those two happen, that would be crazy. I think both of those have potential to be close. Memphis has got some size. It's just the turnover issues for Memphis. Is that if Gonzaga brings out all-out pressure for them, then Gonzaga is going to get a lot of transition points. Yeah, I guess they had it pre-planned that was supposed to be the Kentucky game for the time slot. So that was supposed to be Kentucky-Murray State, the late game, and nope, it didn't happen. "12 minutes left to play. Michigan leads by 1, 52-51 over Tennessee. All these tournament games seems like they're close. Besides the one we got now. I think Richmond was just happy that they beat Iowa. Little runner. That is good by Tennessee to take the 1-point lead. Josiah Jordan James, Rocky Top baby. Layup good by Michigan. Not a good sign if Tennessee loses this game because it looks like it's going to be Michigan-Villanova, and I think that Michigan could beat Villanova. Michigan's more of a stronger, bigger, athletic type of team. Villanova relies on their guard play and perimeter shooting. They took a while to get accustomed into that game against Delaware, too. Zakai Ziegler just dropped down a layup. Oh, terrible. By Michigan, they turned it over, but Tennessee just turned it over back. So it goes back to Michigan. Tennessee tried to save it on the bad inbound pass by Michigan. This game has had 11 lead changes, 4 ties. Michigan had the largest lead by 8. It's gone back and forth, back and forth. Kick out to the corner. Here's a 3 from Michigan that missed. It looks like a lid on that rim. Tennessee Just got to get a good look here. Joe, welcome in. Things going pretty well, man. St. Mary's up over UCLA. This game has started 7-6 St. Mary's. As Tennessee able to drill a shot, they lead 57-54. Right now we're just at halftime between Providence and Richmond. Kennedy Chandler, 5-star recruit freshman, comes in, and what an impact this man has made. Kennedy Chandler. For a rematch, most likely against Villanova, unless Ohio State beats them in the Sweet 16. It would be a rematch of the game in November at Mohegan Sun, where Tennessee lost by double digits. Tennessee has been one of the most improved teams throughout the course of the season because of those young guys that they've got. Kennedy Chandler, Zakai Ziegler, the 2 freshmen on their team. Hopefully second half's going to come underway in some time. Still at halftime here. We got usually a long halftime. I'm going to release the poll results. Looks like 73% took Providence over Richmond today. Appreciate everybody for voting in that poll here. If Providence holds on, they'll take on Kansas in the Sweet 16. It will be Providence's first Sweet 16 appearance since 1997. St. Mary's taking on UCLA. Battle of California right now at the moment. That game is on a TV timeout as well. 7-6 St. Mary's. It will keep you guys posted with that Michigan-Tennessee game. Two games finished up before this one. Kansas beat Creighton 79-72. North Carolina over Baylor 93-86 in overtime. So the defending champions are out of the bracket. That's the 5th straight year that the national champions have not made the Sweet 16 the year later. Coming up in an hour, the St. Peter's Peacocks taking on Murray State. That's a 15 versus 7 matchup. St. Peter's, we'll see if they can be a Cinderella channel in their inner Florida Gulf Coast and or Oral Roberts, and see if they can be the next 15 seed to the Sweet 16. New Mexico State taking on Arkansas around an hour, 20 minutes from now. I'll be covering that game. That'll be the next game a half an hour after this one wraps up. And then the nightcap leader tonight's between Memphis and Gonzaga. Yeah, I was shocked that UCLA St. Mary's game was, well, Tennessee Michigan's on CBS. Yeah, so Tennessee Michigan's on CBS, but yeah, I was shocked that they didn't put that game last, St. Mary's UCLA, because those two games play Pacific time, and they got, Gonzaga against Memphis. That's kind of like unfair advantage to Memphis because they're playing Gonzaga's time, 9:40 out in Portland, Oregon. Memphis, it probably has to do with the sites, yes, most likely. Let's see, St. Mary's and UCLA. Okay, they're playing out in Portland too, yeah. I'm shocked they didn't put that Gonzaga-Memphis game first, because Memphis from Tennessee, more of a disadvantage for them out in Central Time, whereas both of those teams, Pacific Time, St. Mary's, UCLA. Hey, there we go. Jackson doing pretty well in the group. Miami about to upset Auburn behind the arc fan puts out. I was thinking about doing that. Miami forces a ton of turnovers. That is a toss-up right there. That's a big toss-up. I do like the athleticism, though, of Auburn. That's why I took Auburn in that game. Just the front court, the athleticism of the team. They got a lot of big boys out. It's going to be a block party because Miami runs 4 guards. They're one of the smallest teams in all of college basketball. They're lightning fast, though, and they force a ton of turnovers. But Auburn blocks a ton of shots, so it's basically like little guy versus big guy in that game. That should be an interesting matchup tomorrow. Spaghetti Factory with a dono. Appreciate it, man, for the dono. Let's get that dono hype out in the chat here for Spaghetti Factory. Can Texas beat Purdue? Yes, that is very well possible. By the way, I plan on covering that game tomorrow. So tomorrow's streams, I plan on covering 2 of them. Later in the day, it's going to be Michigan State versus Duke at 5:15, and then Texas taking on Purdue at 8:40. So I plan on covering 2 games tomorrow. Texas, though, if they lean on their defense, they got a chance to win that game, because they should find scoring rather easy for Texas, because Purdue doesn't play much defense. And if Purdue's shots aren't falling, then they got themselves a tough night if their shots aren't falling tomorrow. I thought that Texas had lost their identity with their offense. That has not been the case, though. I think it's because of the Big 12, the teams beating and banging upon each other in the toughest conference in America, that there were teams that were forgotten in the Big 12, and that you can make a case for every single one of those teams to be in the tournament. And I bet you if every single Big 12 team was put in the bracket, they would have all won their first round matchup. That is how deep the Big 12 was and how tough the Big 12 was this season. And Texas and Iowa State kind of got lost in the shuffle as teams that made the tournament from the Big 12, but teams that were kind of like inconsistent within the final month. So they already shut down, they shut down a really good offense against Virginia Tech. They got another good offense that they have a chance to shut down. Once again, Purdue poses a ton of matchup problems as far as Purdue's size. That's the thing, because I know Texas struggles on the glass. They don't have like much size with Purdue, but neither did Iowa when they played them in the Big Ten Championship, and Iowa beat them because Purdue went on multiple scoring spells. Yeah, I can see that. I could see Michigan State tomorrow beating Duke, and that's it for Coach K. Just like Michigan State beat Zion Williamson. Yeah, SEC struggling. It wouldn't shock me if Miami beats Auburn tomorrow. Raymond, welcome to stream, man. Thanks so much for joining in. We're about to start the second half. If you guys are doing a stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. 20 more minutes of basketball in Providence. They'll see if they can hold on to take on Kansas in the Sweet 16 to be their first matchup for Providence, playing in the Sweet 16 since 1997. Ed Cooley, America, baby. We get back to action. Providence, right to left on the floor. They start things off. Top of the key, moving it over into the hands of Justin Minaya. Minaya passes out to his right, and the outside is over to Al Durham. Durham gives it over to Reeves. Lob down low. Nate Watson gets him involved. Just like that, he scores. Watson for 2. Providence up by a football score, 41-24. 30 seconds into the second. Richmond in a lot of trouble right now. Providence largest lead currently at the moment by 17. Golden hands it off on the outside. Left baseline dribble. Back out to Golden at the elbow. Bounce pass off to a cut. Richmond goes backdoor. No good, but a foul called. I think it's going to be on Horkler. Clock will stop in 19:20. Tennessee up over Michigan 59-54. St. Mary's leading UCLA 16-9. St. Mary's in this senior-led team, they are coming to play today. They play a lot of smart IQ basketball for St. Mary's. And a lot of people went against me. I actually picked St. Mary's in my bracket over UCLA. A lot of people didn't like that decision. I thought that St. Mary's was overlooked. A lot of teams just overlook them by the name, by the squad, and if you look at the players on like their roster, on like on a photograph of the roster, you're probably like, dude, these guys look like a YMCA group in a gym with a St. Mary's team. And they are one of the smartest group of players in all of college basketball. That team is super well coached, and they wreck you by their patience and their size. And UCLA played a pretty poor game against Akron, I heard. 5 in the shot clock, 3 on its way. That's good. Swoosh from the outside by Al Durham. Providence by 20 as they add in a field goal. 18:40 left to go. Lob underneath, missed it off the glass. Tip in is good though for Richmond. 18.5 left to go. Providence will get back to Providence-style basketball as they love to slow down the ball, chew down clock, and get some solid opportunities here for the Providence Friars. Towards their left. Bounce pass into the hands to Horkler. Horkler lobs it out top of the key to Watson. Hands it over to Minaya. Minaya dribbling at the top. Passes out right corner. Launching a three on the catch. Noah Horkler. Oh, yeah, baby. He sinks it. This man on another planet. Noah Horkler. What a year, baby. Off the catch. He shoots the three. Drops it down from the corner. Up to 14. The top score. 17:50 left to go. Richmond down inside the low post. Banks one. Providence with the ball. Richmond bringing some pressure, able to get past that full court pressure. Friars going to slow it down. Up by 19. Hand off on the outside to A.J. Reeves. They give it over to Al Durham. Durham top of the key. Moves it outside to Horkler. Yet to be stopped. Pass out to the corner. Providence has it at the left elbow. Nate Watson working one-on-one on Golden. Backs his way inside the low post. Hook shot. Watson. No good. Around the rim and out. And we get a shot clock violation. It's on PC. Goes right back to Richmond. Clock will stop with 17-17. Tennessee up over Michigan 60-54. St. Mary's leading UCLA 16-11. Richmond with the ball. Passing it out to the right baseline. They back their way with Nathan Kao. Backing his way down low on Horkler. Pump fake. Kao puts one up. No good off the glass. Great defense by Horkler. Richmond saves it. And then the Spiders, the baseline, get pushed down. Was Bird and foul committed by Providence. 17 minutes left to play. (47-28) Providence. Jared Bynum. 6th man of the year right there for my pick. Checking into the game and placing Noah Horkler. 14 points. He picks up his 3rd foul. Inbound. Richmond. Open 3 on the catch. Too strong. Not their game from 3 tonight. Richmond is 1 of 12 from the outside. Providence has the ball. Bounce pass out to the corner. Al Durham. Crossover. Dribbles up into the key. Prohab. Moves it out to the top. Bynum. 12 on the shot clock for Bynum. Bynum moves it out to his right. Crossover. Dribbles. Jumper. Step back. Free throw circle. Got blocked by Richmond, but a foul. This will be Justin Minaya at the free throw line shooting 2 for Providence. Clock will stop with 16:31. Just a big upstep in the weight class between the A-10 and the Big East, and Providence is showing it to Richmond today. First shot missed off the back rim by Minaya. Under 8 minutes left to go between Tennessee and Michigan. Tennessee leading by 6, 60-54. If Michigan wins that one, a lot of brackets going toast. Jared Bynum checks out of the game now for Providence. Comes back into the game. It will be Ed Croswell getting some much-needed size in for the Friars. Second shot, it's good. At the line by Minaya. 20-point lead for Providence. 16.5 left to go. Richmond with the ball. They get themselves a touch on the outside. Moves it over around the perimeter into the hands to Gilliard. Gilliard hasn't been much of a factor. He shoots a 3. No good. Skidded off the left side of the rim. Jacob Gilliard, 0 for 7 shooting. 0 for 6 from 3-point range. No points. He had 24 against Iowa. Layup coast to coast. That's good for Providence. They put up the 50-burger. It is Al Durham. 50-28, 16 minutes remaining. Forced up jumper, not even close by Richmond. Tip to Providence, and the defense here for PC is too strong. Pass ahead. Open 3 from the wing. Too long by Providence. Back it goes to Richmond with a defensive rebound by Kao. Gilliard will take it up the court. Gilliard at the corner. Moves it outside. Pump fake. Matt Grace dribbles into the key, lobs it over, low block, back outside to Grace, shoots a 3. That is way off the mark. Hit the rim short. Rebound goes to Providence once again. A.J. Reeves going to slow down the ball past midcourt now. 10 made 3s by Providence, 1 made 3 by Richmond. They are stone cold 1 of 14 on the outside. That's good for 7%. Providence by 22. They get the ball. Free throw circle. Ed Croswell. Bounce pass into the hands to Nate Watson, playing the 2 bigs at the same moment. Bounce pass inside off the screen. Reeves floats one up. He gets fouled. A.J. Reeves to the free throw line, coming up shooting 2. 15-15 left to go. As we're going to take the first media timeout here, the second half. This game is all Providence. Providence outscoring Richmond 11-4 in half number 2. What a start, man. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Just over 15 minutes remaining for Providence to hold on in this one. They'll be on to their first Sweet 16 since 1997. Tennessee up over Michigan, 60-56, under 7 minutes left to play there. St. Mary's leading UCLA 16-13, 11-20 left to go in that game. I'll be back later tonight covering Arkansas against New Mexico State for the second game. Wow, 10 lead changes between Tennessee and Michigan. So I saw here, Hunter Dickinson's got 24 points for Michigan. By the way, double-double for Noah Horkler today for Providence. 14 points. He just got his 10th rebound. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go to Chicago there to watch Providence against Kansas. Yeah, I already had a lot of days off this week. That's quite the trip. But Horkler's got a double-double, 13 points by Al Durham. And that everybody making an impact. They've got 7 separate scores tonight. Ed Croswell he's got 6 in the first half for Ed Croswell. And Richmond just hasn't been able to find their shot at all today. 1 of 15 from 3. And no answer going up against Providence down low. Providence been just playing tough in this matchup. I think that matchup against South Dakota State really was able to help them out in this game because Richmond hasn't been able to get in the groove at all, and they've just been out of rhythm from the outside. Wow, Tennessee picking up Robert Woods from the Rams, looks like, per rap sheet. Thanks so much for the update there, Vegas. Wow, that's massive. Providence got a chance, though, against Kansas if McCormack and Jalen Wilson get into foul trouble in that game. Because Providence has some really good balance on their team. Kansas, though, with their guards, it's just something special. But what Providence has done today, if they keep the ball out in front and they don't turn it over, Providence has only got 5 turnovers in this game. Richmond is known to force turnovers. Richmond has just got 1 steal, and that's what Richmond has really been able to do this year. They're led by Jacob Gilliard, forcing turnovers, and they only got 1 steal today. And Gilliard has been no place. No points by Gilliard, 0 for 7 from the floor. Yeah, it completely changed. Looks like they needed that to fuel themselves a big run. AJ Reeves back to the free throw line, coming out of the timeouts. And first one is good. So 15-15 left to go. So Gilliard had 24 points against Iowa, though, just not there tonight. Second one is good. Richmond's missed the last 5 shots they've attempted. They've got the ball. Top of the key, Grant Golden swings it out to the corner. Here's a 3 on its way. That is poorly missed, skidded off the rim. I got Houston in that one for tomorrow. Illinois had a lot of trouble with their execution. Lob down low, left-hand layup, too easy. Nate Watson with a bucket. You gotta love the maturity by Providence. Nate Watson just gets buckets down low all the time, so he knows about it. Oh, almost got the steal there. That was by Mania, but they got poked out of bounds. But what I've seen from the tournament is these dudes getting buckets down low and they're flexing after they get buckets in the tournament. And just the maturity of this team here for Providence, that Nate Watson gets a bucket. He doesn't think anything of it. It's just you get 2 points down inside. You go back, you play defense. Next possession. And what other teams do, they get buckets, they flex, and then they forget to get back defensively, and then there's another 2 points on the board by the other team. So just simple maturity level by this Providence squad here, which has been incredible. Grant Golden got fouled. He's going to head to the free throw line. Yet to crack 30 on the board. 1 point away as he makes it. 54-29. 62-60. Tennessee leading Michigan with 4:20 left to play. St. Mary's on top over UCLA. 21-17 with 9:14 left to go in the first. Second shot's good. So Richmond finally reaches the 30 mark. There's a chance. I took Kansas in my bracket. There's a chance, though. Especially with these tournament games. There is a chance. We could see... Let's see. Providence is not at that end. Trying to see where they are in the bracket. Oh, they're at the bottom. So they would have to face Arizona in the Final Fours. That's good from 3 by PC. 57-30. Yeah. So... Coach of the Year battle, if Arizona and Providence makes it to the Final Four, it would be between Tommy Lloyd and Ed Cooley right there. If somehow that happens, that would be unbelievable. Inbound, Richmond gives it out to the top. Golden, extra pass out to the wing. And also if Texas Tech makes it too, Chris Beard. First ever season as head coach. That team basically unloaded and got like a ton of transfers on that team. And he has done an unbelievable job for Texas Tech this season. The toughest defense in all college hoops. 14 minutes left to go. Providence by 27. They get the ball. Bounce pass out to Watson. Hand off over to Durham on the outside. Going to slow it down. Durham, bounce pass out to Bynum. Bynum defended by Gilliard. 5 in the shot clock. Bynum at the corner. Right baseline dribble. Bynum underneath the hoop. Bounce pass out to the wing. Manaya for 3. And no good. Didn't hit the rim. That's going to be shot clock violation. Hey, thanks so much, Johnny. Appreciate it, man. Richmond has it. Handoff on the outside, Gilliard, yet to score. Step back jumper, and he finally does. So Jacob Gilliard going into his last collegiate game, it looks like 50-year senior for the Richmond Spiders. 24 points, game leader against Iowa. Just scored his first bucket of the game with 13:15 left to play in the second. Providence by 25. Manaya has on the outside, moves on top over to Watson. Watson hands it over to Reeves. Reeves lobs a nice pass down low. Watson, turnaround, scores for 2. That's a laser right in there by AJ. Michigan just took the lead over Tennessee. 64-62 with 3:20 remaining. Jumper, 18-footer, good by Richmond. So finally, Jacob Gilliard shows up. Back-to-back buckets, but too little too late, looks like, with under 13 minutes left. Providence will keep on slowing it down. Bynum. Controlling tempo. Under 20 on the shot clock. Bynum around the perimeter. They will look to take some more time off the clock. 12:20 left to play. Bynum makes the pass. Left wing Reeves dribbles up. Lost the handle. Turnover. Haven't seen that too often. That's Providence's 6th turnover. Richmond has the ball as Richmond has got only 2. That's the Spiders' 2nd steal. Their top 80 in steals nationally. Dribble, attack, left hand, and fouled. Nate Watson picks up the blocking foul. It's going to send Richmond to the free throw line. 59-34. Providence putting on a clinic with 12 minutes left to go here. Looking for their first Sweet 16 appearance since 1997. Noah Horkler, double-double, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 13 points by Al Durham, A.J. Reeves with 10. And then Nate Watson, 8 points, Justin Manaya, 7, Ed Croswell with 6. Just great game by everybody all around. Jared Bynum has 5 assists today. So when his shot's not dropping, 0 for 4 by Bynum. Last game his shot was dropping. He's been able to move it around and get it out to the open man. Richmond, top scorer Nathan Kaya with 14 and Grant Golden with 8. So that's combining for 22 of the 34 points through the Richmond front court, top 2. And then Burden's got 3. Providence, big difference maker in this game is just by made threes. Providence has made 11 threes. That's really unheard of for Providence because they were cold in the Big East tournament, could not hit a 3 to save their lives. Richmond today, there's a lid on the rim for them. 1 of 17 from 3. 35% by Richmond. Providence is 58% from the floor. 27-16 in the rebound advantage for Providence. That's something that Ed Cooley preaches right there, is that they just roll the glass for that team. That would be the biggest win of the season for Michigan, right there. If he advances, that's massive, because I didn't think at all that this team was a tournament team, and they're proving me wrong right now, sticking in there with Tennessee. They play the toughest schedule in the nation for a reason. And I think that's a tough matchup for Villanova there, because Michigan's got a bunch of size with Hunter Dickinson, and he's breaking out in the tournament. And Villanova's got a lot of perimeter guys that can make shots. But Michigan's going to pound them on the glass, if Villanova gets past Ohio State. UCLA is taking the lead now, 24-22 over St. Mary's. And Michigan leads Tennessee 66-64 with under 3 minutes left to go. Hunter Dickinson, 25 points. So this is the only blowout game here of the second round. All the other games have been close. Hopefully it's going to be a better game tonight with that second game. Okay, so 12 minutes left to play. Both teams with 18 points in the paint. And then you haven't even tallied up the Providence threes, that they've made 33 points via threes in this game. And Richmond has made 3. Spiders coming up to the free throw line. Tyler Burden, first one good. Second one missed off the front rim. Horkler defensive rebound. I'm actually shocked it's a blowout, because Providence has played all close games this season. From basically their whole season has been close games, and a couple of big victories, but not many. Bynum dribbles, drives, attacks down the lane, puts one up, and a blocking foul committed by Richmond. Yeah, incredible. Incredible what I've seen from Providence here today. Brian, what's good? Welcome on, man. Thanks so much, Ben. Appreciate it, brother. Michigan leading Tennessee 67-64, just above 2 minutes left. James, welcome to the stream. Bynum at the line. First one is good. Yeah, I thought that VCU would have been able to get in until the last week, until they lost. Yeah, this team has got 9 seniors for Richmond. Like, just incredible getting here to this point, because they had to win 4 games in the A-10 tournament. Bynum gonna shoot another free throw. That is good. I think there was a there was a technical foul charged to that by Jacob Gilliard. So just frustration at this point, being blown out with 11.5 minutes left to go, and Bynum goes to the line and he sinks all 4. So the blocking foul plus the 2 technicals, and it's a 63-35 Providence lead. Vaughn, welcome in. 11.5 left to go. Richmond with the ball. Driving, kick out, corner to the top. Just been on a sink all around offensively here. Providence has caused this Richmond team fits. Providence's defense is locked and loaded and focused, and they strip the ball, and they still steal it away. There is Bynum. I'm taking Murray State tonight over St. Peter's, but wouldn't shock me if St. Peter's does it again. Bynum just going to slow it down. Classic Providence college basketball here. Did not expect them to blow out Richmond like this. They played so many games close. Bounce pass down low. Feeding down the low post. Missed turnaround by Croswell. Back it goes to Richmond. Spiders have it on the outside. Hand off to Gilliard. Turns the corner. Dump off. Nice pass. Down low. Scores up and in. It's KO. Warren, welcome to the stream, man. Glad to have you back in. 18 straight looks like for Vaughn in fantasy hockey. There you go. Nathan KO, top scorer for Richmond with 16. Bynum going to slow it down once again for Providence. Yeah, mine too there. I took Baylor to the Elite 8. Sorry to hear about that, Russell. 16 assists by the Friars today. Total team basketball. Bounce pass to a cut by Horkler. Falling away. Jumper. He's got it. Noah Horkler, man. 16 points on a fadeaway J. 6 of 7 from the floor. 11 rebounds. Double-double tonight. Had a big game with 13. And there's Horkler with a block right into the front row. Announcer stands. Noah Horkler making a big impact. The transfer from North Florida. These transfers from Providence, man, they have just been able to fire up this team this season. Multiple guys that Ed Cooley picked up in the offseason, this offseason, and last offseason. 65-37, under 10 minutes left to play. Providence able to come up with a steal. This is Allen Breed, the sophomore. Lost the handle in the corner. He gets fouled, though, and Gilliard is still frustrated right now. So Richmond entering this game was 2-0 against teams from the Ocean State. But we all know who that team was. Their head coach got fired last week. Beat URI. They had to come back against URI. They were down by double digits in the first game of the A10 tournament. Came back, beat URI. And now second time against the team from the Ocean State. It's just a different weight class against this Providence Friars team. A10 to the Big East. Another different weight class. Right now, Michigan leading Tennessee 68-64. If you picked Tennessee, you can throw your brackets away for good. And that's me, that's you guys, and that's everybody, probably. Because I saw win-loss by Michigan. I thought the trend would be a loss, and they're leading right now without their point guard. 9:35 left to go. Layup good. I feel for the Tennessee fans. Still haven't gone past the Elite Eight in program history. This looked like the year for Tennessee. Really did. They won their first SEC championship in a long time, and about to lose to a team that came into the tournament that a lot of people didn't even think, including me, that should have been a tournament team. That they were 17-14 and made it into the bracket. 9:25 left to go. Providence up by a bunch. Bynum has it at the NCAA March Madness logo. Dribbles back. Tours his left and the outside. Bounce pass on the top, Croswell. Hands it off to Breed. Breed moves it over. Jump off, down low, scores. The bucket is good. Behind the defense, Justin Manaya. Richmond has possession. 9 minutes remaining. They lose it and bobble it in the corner. Able to pick it up, though. Spiders into the key. Kick out corner. Here's a three. Golden. No good. Around the rim and outs. Defensive rebound pulled down by Providence. More time. They're going to take off the clock. I wouldn't be shocked if TCU beats Arizona. Then everybody's bracket's toast. Arizona has only played, USC and UCLA. That's it, basically, as far as legitimate opponents. I'm not even sure if USC played a close game and lost against Miami. That should be no, that's not a goaltend. Croswell looking for a goaltend call. It wasn't. Tip it over the rim. Richmond gets the ball back. 8:15 left to go. Spiders down by 29. Pass, dump off. That's the best play of the game right there. Finding Golden on the cut for Richmond. 8 minutes left to go. Grant Golden up to 10. Bynum feeling the pressure as he takes it past midcourt. Michigan up over Tennessee 70-66 with 45 seconds left. Top of the key. Providence with it back into the hands of Bynum. 8 on the shot clock. Bynum pulls up from the edge of the logo. Oh, he gets it. Jared Bynum, dagger by 30 for Providence. 7.5 remaining. Richmond with the ball. Gilliard dribbles, gives it over to Golden. Bounce pass, baseline, lost the handle, picks it up once again. Left baseline dribble for the Spiders. Going backdoor, Horkler picks up the foul. 7:23 remaining. Ed Coley's got his boys ready for this one. 71-41. And they approved it tonight here. 7:23 left to go as we're going to take a timeout. Jared Bynum had been moving the ball all around in the game, decides to take a shot, and he's able to drill his first field goal of the game right from the edge of the March Madness logo just a moment ago. Bynum's up to 8. Providence with 8 players once again in scoring today. 8 players have been able to score. And it's Noah Horkler with a double-double, 16 points, 11 rebounds, 13 points by Al Durham, 10 points by A.J. Reeves, 8 points by Jared Bynum, 6 points by Ed Croswell with a steal and 2 blocks. I have no clue how none of these guys got all Big East first team. Like, Providence had been just an afterthought by everybody all season long. You can never count out Ed Cooley's squad. Like, everybody looked at Providence and just thought about them as an afterthought and just wrote them out. First things first, they wrote them out. And that has not been the case here in the tournament. They prove you wrong just like that with all their seniors coming back. Nate Watson came back for a reason. It's to prove everybody wrong and to win a chip. And if they get past Kansas and if TCU takes out Arizona, it can certainly start to look that way in that favor. Because anything is possible in the tournament. And it could very well be in March Madness. Some random seed numbers that could be popping up in the Final Four. Hey, thanks so much, Supa. Appreciate it here for joining my stream, man. Yeah, unbelievable. Friartown's going to be lit tonight as they'll be working on the film, getting ready for Kansas, which I actually picked Kansas for my champion, which everybody's bracket's Toso. So, got to root for my team in that one. It's going to be such a tough game. Kansas played down to Creighton today, so if they play down once again, anything is possible. Because Kansas lost to Dayton. Anything is possible. And this season is showing you, wow, Michigan is going to win. 74-68, 14 seconds left to go. Michigan adds in a free throw. They're going to beat Tennessee. Make sure to throw your bracket in the... Make sure to just put that in the fireplace right now, or rip it up right into the trash bin, because it's over. Tennessee just lost. They're about to lose. Yeah, UNC knocked off Baylor. Anything is possible. Anything is possible, man. Unbelievable. Michigan is going to win. Yep. Bye-bye bracket, everybody. Michigan, an 11 seed, is going to knock off Tennessee. Wouldn't shock me tomorrow if Miami beats Auburn. Honestly, the SEC is falling apart here in these games. SEC is really falling apart in these tournament games. UCLA up over St. Mary's 34-29. Yep, I bet you wouldn't shock me if St. Peter's wins. Welcome in Ryan in the stream. 7:23 left to go, and Providence has put up 71 on the board. Terrible for Tennessee. A lot of people put him on the bracket challenge. Off the back rim, no good. Horkler, defensive rebound. Michigan has beat Tennessee. This game has gone final 76-68. So Michigan, an 11 seed, has moved on to the Sweet 16. The team that nobody thought should have made the tournament. Watch them win the championship. Watch Michigan win the championship. That would be ridiculous. Bynum drives, right hand, off the glass, no good. Tipped off the rim, and back it goes to Richmond. 7 minutes left to play. There's a fall over the back committed by Providence. That's going to be their 6th. Unbelievable. So Michigan is going to get a shot at Villanova or Ohio State, the winner of that game. Which, if they play Villanova, I honestly think Michigan's got that one, because Michigan's got that big boy Dickinson down low. Villanova's not a deep team. They don't have much size, and if Villanova's off from 3 in that game, then that's going to be tough. Poke loose out of bounds by Richmond. Here's the clock will stop with 6:54. Providence gets the inbounds. Pass midcourt, the Friars will keep on slowing it down. Manaya puts the ball into the hands to Bynum. Bynum has it, the wing, moves it on top to Watson. Watson hands it over to Manaya. Manaya gives it over to Bynum. Bynum 5 in the shot clock, passes to his right, out to the corner. Horkler, pump fake, dribbles up right baseline. Horkler underneath, goes backdoor, he gets rejected. Golden with a block. Richmond now with the ball. 6:20 left to go. Lob down low, back outside. At the corner, over to Golden. Golden feeds it, cutter, layup, open, good by Richmond. 28-point game. Camarlin, welcome in. Congrats to Michigan there, bud. Richmond comes up with a steal, not so fast. Corner 3 in the air. Spiders, no good off the front rim. Bynum, defensive rebounds. Yeah, probably will be. Ohio State and Michigan in the Sweet 16. Skip pass, corner, Manaya. Moves over to Horkler. Horkler down low. Inside is going to be the Watson. Watson gets fouled. Or it's going to be blocked out of bounds. No foul. 5:43 remaining. Ace, thanks so much for joining in, man. UCLA up over St. Mary's 36-29. Providence's defense has just completely shut down Richmond. After this one, I'll be covering Arkansas against New Mexico State. Feel free to join in for that game. 5:40 left to go. Horkler, top of the key. Thoughts about beating a really good Kansas team. If Kansas plays the way they did today, Providence definitely has a chance, especially if they put McCormack and Jalen Wilson in foul trouble. Layup good, down low for PC. 73-43. Kansas barely escaped past Creighton without two of their starters, Ryan Kalkbrenner and Ryan Nemhard, who got injured a couple weeks ago. Bryce, welcome in. You're pumped up about that one there. Very well. Could set up Ohio State, Michigan. If Michigan takes on Villanova's in some serious trouble, I feel like, with that matchup. Yeah, Villanova's still alive, so Villanova plays Ohio State tomorrow. Free throws coming up by Richmond. 5:17 remaining. First shot around the rim and out. Missed by Burton. It's crazy. Like, some of the Big Ten teams barely held on in their games to win. Michigan State and Illinois yesterday. Illinois led for 25 seconds against Chattanooga and won the game. Chattanooga played a great 39 minutes and 35 seconds, but the final 25, no. Second free throw, good by Richmond. I think Richmond just celebrated too much about their Iowa win. They forgot about playing Providence. 5 minutes left to play. Providence with the ball, top of the key. Here's a jumper. Deep 2 off the front rim. Missed. Defensive rebound pulled down by Nathan Ko. Richmond with the ball. Top of the key 3 in the air. Missed off the back rim by Matt Grace. And we get a over-the-back call picked up by Providence. Clock will stop with 4:44. Here's the thing about Providence is that they don't get beat in transition too much for Providence. Kansas gets a lot of their points out of transition. They're just so smooth with their guys. Christian Brown, Achai Agbaji, out on the break. They're really, really good. That's how they just get their points. They're not like a strong perimeter shooting team for Kansas. But just on the fast break, they execute so perfectly. Every single time it's a give and two. First shot good at the line for Richmond. Greg in the stream, welcome in. Yeah, shocking the nation right now. Wouldn't shock me if you guys go to the Elite 8. Yes, UNC has been playing poor defense all season long. Usually bad defense gets you to the Sweet 16 and that's it. Because North Carolina had a really good team 3 years ago. But they struggled defensively. They were like 230th in total defense and they lost against Auburn in that shootout game. And let's see here. They're going to take on, oh boy. Yeah, they're going to take on either St. Mary's or UCLA, who's going to slow down the ball. That's Both of those, well, St. Mary's doesn't score that high of a clip, but the reason why is because they have one of the slowest tempo offenses in all college basketball. Bynum right to the hole as he floats one up right hand and scores. Providence by 30 once again. You guys, legends in the stream, appreciate everybody. Cannot believe it. Providence came in number 7 in the Big East preseason prediction rankings. Providence was not considered an NCAA tournament team, built of multiple transfers, and they're up by 28 in the final 4 minutes, about to make their first Sweet 16 since 1997. Ed Cooley, America, Coach of the Year, baby. Unbelievable. 7 seniors came back. Nate Watson came back to win a championship, to make the tournament here. And they're going to be playing against one of the best teams in the nation, Kansas, coming up in the Sweet 16 for a chance to prove America wrong once again. They're counted as underdogs all season long. Just add that fuel to the fire for this Providence team. And no matter what happens, as AJ Reeves missed the 3, no matter what happens, they proved you wrong. They are built to win close games. They're 15-2 or 16-2 since they won South Dakota State. 16-2 in single-digit wins this season. Only 2 losses against Villanova. Layup is good by Richmond. Yeah, Remy Martin, man, he is on fire right now, coming back from injury. 3 minutes left to go. Providence have been winning close games all season long, and they blow out Richmond here in this one. You can never write out Providence. Never can write out Ed Cooley's squad. These are guys that just fit the program so perfectly. Horkler on the catch, missed the 3 that time. 2.5 remaining. Richmond with the ball. Gilliard. Pass deflected back over to Gilliard. Yeah, Michigan just beat Tennessee, so Tennessee's out. A lot of people had Tennessee in the championship, or winning it all. Gilliard around. They move it out to the top. Burden. Passes it out to the baseline. Outside it goes to Sherrod. Dribbles inside the key. Prohob. Jumper. Mid-range. Got it. Never can count out Ed Cooley's squad. This team was underdogs most games this year. They were an underdog against St. John's this season. They were an underdog in most of their games that they played in. And you know what? They won those games whenever they were an underdog. And they're going to be going in as an underdog against Kansas, coming up in their matchup, whether it's Thursday or Friday in the Sweet 16. And they're going to prove America wrong in that matchup. They're looking to do for this PC Friars team. Unbelievable. 75-51 to score. Ed Cooley, Coach of the Year. If Providence is able to meet up against Arizona and they're able to do the unexpected for that. We go in a timeout. Final minute 47 left to play. An incredible showing here by the PC Friars. Friartown is going to be lit tonight. Federal Hill, Broadway, Atwells Ave, College Hill, Water Place Park, Chalkstone Boulevard, Mount Pleasant Ave, Manton Ave, all those roads, man. It's going to be absolutely lit. Whatever one you're on. Whether it's 146, whether it's 44, whether it's Route 6, whatever road you're on, 195 through downtown, out to the Woonsocket State offices, 146-95 split, Gano Street, India Point, East Side, Blackstone Boulevard, walking your golden retriever on a Sunday morning. You gotta love this team right here for Friartown. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. What a season for Providence. An absolute dream season to make it to the second weekend of the NCAA tournament. It's incredible. From Riverside to Barrington to Bristol, Middletown, Newport, Westerly, Woonsocket, Lincoln, Johnston, Tiverton, Little Compton, Middletown. This whole 401, man, it is lit tonight. Absolutely lit. Coventry, Foster, Gloucester, North Kingstown, South Kingstown, Narragansett. Baby. Huge in this game. Big time. It's rocking, man. Let's see here. UCLA up at halftime, 36-29 over St. Mary's. And that's the only game going on. I'll be covering Arkansas against New Mexico State in a little bit. Yeah, they know how to win close games for PC. So many people write them off. And they just have a knack of winning close games. Gonna make it to the second weekend. It is a dream. Absolute dream right here. Nate Watson came back for a reason. And right now they're showing it in the NCAA tournament. Full-on all-team display for Providence. 12 made threes today. Just Arkansas against New Mexico State. So that's the last one I'll be covering. .147 left to play. Providence with a lead, adding in free throws. First one is good at the line for A.J. Reeves. Providence isn't really like an efficient shooting team. They're more of like a second chance type of team for them, but their shots have been dropping today. They shot the ball 51% from the floor. They made 12 threes. I would take Murray State in that one, but wouldn't be shocked if St. Peter's does the unexpected. Second one is good. Minute 35 left to go. Richmond with the ball. Down low. Hook shots. No good off the rim. Providence's defense really showing up. It's just a different weight class in this matchup here. A-10 to Big East, and these bigger conferences are just rolling the tournament right now. The transfer portal has been incredible. Providence playing Providence-style type of basketball. Not turning over the ball. Keeping it out in front of them. And slowing down the tempo and playing to their own style. They are physical, they are gritty, they are athletic, and they can hang in with anybody in the country because of that, because of their physicality. And what teams have advanced in the tournament? Physicality, athleticism. Those are the teams. Noah Horkler. Standing ovation for the man, number 14, as he leaves the court right now. Checks out of the game. Leading scorer for PC with 16 and 10 rebounds. Tomorrow I plan on doing Michigan State versus Duke at 5:15. And then also it will be after that one, Purdue against Texas at 8:40. John, thanks so much for joining in. Yes, I heard that Sean Miller got hired by Xavier. Providence played a 3-overtime game, by the way, at the Dunk last month against Xavier. Mountain West. Mountain West going 0-4. And then SEC. Wouldn't shock me tomorrow if Miami beats Auburn. I've got Arkansas winning, and I don't expect New Mexico State to win that game. I'd be shocked there if that happens tonight. We'll take a half an hour break. I'm going to go back into my room and cover and move my equipment in there to cover Arkansas against New Mexico State after this one. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. Unbelievable. Yep, beat them dudes right there for the Friars. They're going to take a nice picture in the locker room after the game. Yeah. Put that up on the Facebook page. Providence Friars basketball. Right on social media, baby. Moving on to the next round. Providence, a 3.5-point favorite. They have crushed the line tonight. Absolutely crushed the line. 18 assists. Out-doubled Richmond with assists, 18-9. And then rebounds, Providence plus 9 in the glass, 36-27, making 12 3-point shots. You wouldn't be shocked if St. Peter's will beat another Kentucky school tonight. I've got Murray State, but honestly, I wouldn't be shocked. And I wouldn't be shocked if TCU knocks off Arizona tomorrow by the rate that we're going with these games. Anything is possible. Anything is honestly possible. Wouldn't be shocked if Iowa State knocks off Wisconsin, because that's just the battle of the weight class. These Big 12 teams have showed up. Wisconsin isn't really like an athletic type of team. It's just Johnny Davis took over the last 5 minutes of that game against Colgate. They got the big boy Woodward in the foul trouble out there in the court. That man looked like a lumberjack out there for Colgate. And then Colgate's threes just couldn't drop like the last 5 minutes. They hung in there for 35 minutes last night. Jumper good. Back from the timeout by Allen Breed, the future of the Providence Friars program, a sophomore from Powder Springs, Georgia. A dream season on its way for Ed Cooley, America, Providence. Friartown going to be lit tonight. And the final 50 seconds left to play, Providence foul is going to send Richmond to the line. And a one-sided affair right off the bat in this matchup. Just believe in Ed Cooley. Reason why this man got a contract extension, sticking with Providence, not going to another university for a reason, and going to build up this program. And he has done it with a transfer portal. And Providence is under 1 minute away from going to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 1997. I've got Arizona in that one, but I think TCU can push them in that game there. TCU's not like an efficient shooting type of team. That's the thing in that game. I've got Gonzaga over Memphis too, but I think Memphis, with their size, can like push Gonzaga too. It's the turnover problems that are troubling some for Memphis. 30 seconds remaining. But we've seen in this tournament anything could happen, and Michigan is now in the Sweet 16. 1 second on the shot clock violation. Providence just wanted to juggle it out. So 20 seconds remaining before Providence advances here. Arkansas, New Mexico State in a little bit. I'll be going back to my room to do that one. Do I think Ohio State can push Villanova? I think that's going to be a good game right there. I did not like what I saw from Ohio State yesterday. Too many turnovers. Loyola Chicago was asleep. Ohio State's defense, though, was strong. It's just Loyola Chicago couldn't hit a three. If Villanova's making their threes, then they should be able to win that game. Ohio's defense, though, credit to their D. It's what was able to win them the game. Missed three from the outside by Richmond. Out on the corner. Rebound Providence. 9 seconds left in the foul. Providence with a prime example. It's going to go out of bounds. Richmond, 9 seconds left to go. Prime example of the transfer portal. First-year transfers, second-year transfers. And they are doing it today. All players three players in double figures two of them via transfer. Noah Horkler had a double-double, 16 points, 13 rebounds. Al Durham came from Indiana for a reason. Fit the style of Ed Cooley's group, and Providence wins it 79-51. Final score over Richmond, the first ever Sweet 16 appearance for PC since 1997. Incredible. So many people wrote them off. And to get to the second weekend, it is an incredible feat here for Ed Cooley's squad. Incredible. Big task up ahead. They're going to be looking at film all week, laser in focus like they were today. They'll be taking on the number 1 seed out in the Midwest region, the Kansas Jayhawks. That's going to be out in Chicago, Illinois, so quite a trip out there. But Providence has been out to Chicago, and they were able to play DePaul out there earlier in the season. What a game here for PC. 12 made threes. They're shooting, coming on at the right time. Right now for PC. Struggled in the Big East tournament. They have found their mark once again through the first 2 games in the March Madness tournament here. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. 5 players, double figures. Finishing it up. Horkler, 16 and 13. 13 points out Durham. 12 points by A.J. Reeves along with 5 assists. 10 points by Nate Watson. 10 points off the bench by Jared Bynum with 6 assists. And then Justin Minaya almost scored in double figures too. He's got 9 points. Talk about the balance right there. Providence offers that as a team, and they completely shut down Jacob Gilliard. 4 points by Gilliard, just 2 of 10 from the floor, 0 for 7 from three-point range, and only 1 of 22 from the outside by Richmond today in this game. Thanks so much, everybody, for being a part of the stream here. What a night for PC as they are moving on to the Sweet 16. Doing their dance right there. Ed Coleyman, America. Incredible. Signed a contract extension a couple weeks ago with Providence as he is staying. And for one big reason this team, for Nate Watson coming back to win a championship. And just so proud of this team right now. What they have accomplished this season. It is incredible. Absolutely incredible for the Providence Friars. Going to wrap up, everybody. Thanks so much for joining in. Going to close out on the channel members here. And I should be back covering Providence. Covering my team for a game in the Sweet 16, whether they play on Thursday or Friday. Not sure just yet, but Providence for my streams trumps any other team in the tournament. So I'm going to keep on covering my team as much as they can go, as possible as they can go. When my schedule offers to do so. Going to close out here, channel members, Jason, Cindy, Rajeep, Olded, Deuce, Brian, SG Sports Talk, Russell, D-Block, BP, Greg, Oreo Pudding, Bino, Arahan, Steven, Mark, Mike, John, Jessica, Stephanie, Ahino, Josa, Tristan, Elkie, and GFR 90, Woody, Warren, I Am Ghost, Pamela, Keith, Isaiah, Man and Hades, Ian, Barco, Dave, Rides of Steel, Kelly, Bruin, and CF. Providence. Big victory, 79-51 over Richmond. I'll be back in about a half an hour from now covering Arkansas, New Mexico State. Thanks so much, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Saturday night.